Welcome back to Insaniquarium and Sanaquarium. I'm joined by Anne, my lovely co-host and fiance.
Привет. Добро пожаловать в Insaniquarium.
You're a lot better at that than I am.
I don't know, I think your pronunciation is better. I can't do the arch rolls. Oh my god. Prego she's one of my favorites. I don't remember much of this game, but Prego, it's the grossest sound when she gives birth. It's so vulgar. But I've always been a fan ever since I was a kid of ridiculous sound effects. Oh, she's so cute, the little
She is.
babushka scarf on her head and what's the little swordfish's name?
Itchy.
Itchy.
Oh.
What's up?
Well, I'm gonna wait for Prego to birth this first fish.
Oh, I never noticed that she got some guts. She got bigger. Oh, that's so vulgar.
Okay, so now I think if I type in fart, what is it that you're supposed to do? You can activate an even worse fart
Oh my
sound.
goodness. Toilet humor is, I mean, I don't think any parent really...
There we go. Original Prego sound disabled.
Oh my gosh! That's not as funny as the fart, but I guess if it's a little too vulgar, if any parents are watching, or if you're a kid and you think your parent might disapprove of the flatulent noise of her reproduction, then... What was that again? What keys do you need to press?
You type in Prego, the name of the character, Prego.
It replaces
And it replaces
the toot sound with a simple giggle. This terrifying...
He's work done.
Terrifying, Charmander? I mean, not really,
He's a bit of an alien Charmander,
kind of.
for sure. I can see it.
Making lots of cash.
Prego,
So,
putting in work.
So it says tank, is that 1-5? So is this the 5th stage of level 1? Is that what that means?
Yes.
Okay.
A fifth and last stage of
Oh,
level
okay.
1.
Are there 5 stages in each level?
Yes, and there are
Awesome.
4 tanks total. There are only 2 in the original Insaniquarium. Oh.
I don't know if this was a game that Max or Alora ever played. I played this when I was in high school. That was quite a while ago, and I am remembering things as Conrad goes along and plays, but I don't recall any other characters. I think... Yeah, no, I don't remember. I just know that eventually there are so many fish that you have to feed. It made me very sick, and I will probably get a little bit of motion sickness. I gotta just keep my eyes on one location and not look around too much.
Oh, I missed
bummer.
Nico's Pearl. And yeah, it definitely gets that way. So, Prego is now feeding all of her babies to the carnivore. It's the circle of life. So you'll notice I'm kind of shoving them into the corner.
It's a good strategy. They tell you early on that if you click at the top, it'll force them down. And if you click at the bottom, it'll force them up. So depending on where your fishies are... Oh, you better feed them quick! Oh. I like the giggle. The flashlight noise is a little bit too... I find it kind of offensive, to be honest. Like, I love toilet humor, but I find that particular sound effect pretty vulgar, but to each his or her own.
Now, I waste a lot of money overfeeding my fish, and this is just a life lesson that you should learn for your real fish too. They don't need nearly as much food as you think they do.
And it's not good for them. As the food breaks down, it produces harmful chemicals that can make them sick. And it's just gross to have to clean it. Even if you've got a filter, you still have to change the filter and scrub out your tanks, etc. So be careful about how much you feed your fish. Good life lesson.
You can see just... Oh, well, I guess I upgraded my food now. That's good.
Is there a multiplayer?
I wish.
There needs to be, because then I
man.
would be collecting stuff and you could be focusing on feeding and defense this little giggle.
Oops.
Oh no!
Real quick, I gotta make sure that didn't, whoops. That didn't, that messed with it for sure. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't,
Minimize the
oh yeah.
obvious again. Sorry, minor technical difficulties. This is so cute. I love Prego.
She will be around forever.
I do like, what was
I
the
use her
snail's
everywhere.
name?
Stinky.
Stinky. I like Stinky. But Prego is just so useful. Is there any reason to have the carnivore?
Yeah, I think I had to buy it.
Oh, because he drops the diamonds.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, okay.
Well, and I'm happy with the number of big guppies I've got now. It's a little easier to manage. So the carnivore eats all of the extra guppies, so that I don't have to just let them die. Oh wow! Already got that second egg piece. I'm really excited for the bonus game. It is... I've spent a lot of time starting brand new games. Starting brand new games and testing out strategies for getting as much as possible out of the bonus games. Should I get a couple of laser upgrades? What do you think?
Sure, why not? I don't think I ever had that in the free version that I played in high school, so...
Short
way
work.
easier. I wish that you could recollect the food that you drop.
Oh, yeah.
That would be kind of nice. But that's alright. Gotta have some kind of balance.
Just goes right for it. Strange, the things that fish do when they're starving. Sometimes I'll sacrifice that extra food pellet just so I can make sure that my fish are towards the top of the tank, because otherwise it's harder to collect their gold.
Good point.
Almost done with First World. Prego is... Seriously,
She's lovely.
I'm gonna use her every single level
She's
from this
just
point
useful.
on. Oh, here we go.
Outstanding.
Zorf.
Ah!
So you get Zorf plus Prego.
Nothing else to do. I guess
Yeah.
if you had Stinky at the bottom, then...
Magic conch. So what
Oh,
my
what?
strategy
Oh,
is
oh.
actually...
No, just get it all. Get it.
Look at that.
Get it all. Come on. You got faster skills in this.
I'm
You
being
do.
very strategic
Why?
because you
Get
get
everything.
way more shells. If you just go for every single shell, you'll get maybe like 600 or 700, but you get a lot more.
Outstanding.
And the bonus pets. Oh,
What a fun game.
you're
I
gonna
love
love the bonus
I love
pets.
these. I played this. It was called Coffee Break Arcade, and I would go there. That's where I played Collapse. That's where I played. I think Chuzzle was on there, but Coffee Break Arcade has kind of been replaced by other sites now. What else did I play? That's where people would play stuff like Bejeweled, and it was all just the free demo version. So you'd have like, I think in the demo of Insaniquarium that I played, some of the items up at the top you wouldn't unlock. So like the laser thing I don't ever remember seeing, but I think it was only the first 3 levels and that was the end. But man, it gets pretty challenging. You do have to really focus, and you have to have pretty quick mouse handling skills.
Yeah, to be able to
It's
click the many
it seems
coins.
very easy, and it certainly starts out that way, but it really is. It gets challenging. It's a bit like Peggle in that regard. Starts off, you think it's pretty straightforward. It's a lot of fun, so it doesn't matter too much if you don't do as well as you want to do. But very quickly you get drawn in, and it becomes quite challenging indeed.
Ooh, come on, little fishy, you got it. You'll notice I haven't spent any money on food yet because of Zorf. So Zorf and Prego together, they are fantastic. Now this enemy, oh, this is a still a normal one.
Can the aliens get your main fish, or do they only eat the little guppies?
They only eat the guppies.
So they can't eat Prego, for example?
That's correct.
Okay. I assumed as much since he did cross over her just now.
So I can feed that,
Ooh, a star.
Yeah, I fed that star potion to the big guy, and as a result, now...
He's dropping stars?
But, uh-oh, we're about to find out what happens when a little guy eats it.
Oh, no!
So you do have to be careful about that, too.
You killed him.
I killed him.
He got killed.
That's... Use your star potions wisely. And in the next level, we'll be introduced to the continuation of that, and we'll get to see how that's gonna make this area get pretty insane on its own. There's actually a secret hidden upgrade for the guppies. If you feed them enough times for long enough... Ooh, I'm just gonna not bother with that enemy. I'm gonna finish the level. We got Clyde. Oh, Clyde's great. I like Clyde more than I like Stinky, although they're both pretty good. So... Now, I'm gonna bring Nico, I'm gonna bring Prego, and I'm gonna bring Zorf, just like I did last time. And, I wish I could get Zorf to move the side of the tank he was on. But we're gonna do this kind of slow, relaxing jaunt through the first part of the level. Zorf will do the feeding, Prego will do the fish giving, and I'll just wait for the next upgrades to unlock. Oh, you can do it, little guppy. Whew. Zorf can handle something like 4 or 5 guppies. He can feed that many entirely on his own. So there's eventually an equilibrium that's reached. Oh, okay. So here we go. We've now unlocked the Star Potion and the Star Catcher. So I'm going to try to feed... There we go. Whew. And now, the next step for this ecosystem is to buy the Star Catcher. And you might be able to guess what it does by the name.
What's Prego doing down there?
Giving birth.
But why is she down there? She's putting that tiny child in danger. You saved her child.
She has a lot of kids. I think actually I find out exactly how many kids she has. Okay, I'm gonna get a star catcher, and I'm gonna start feeding these fish on my own.
Reminds me a little bit of Octageddon.
Oh yeah, with a little... So,
ooh, nice.
Like the carnivore drops diamonds, but it eats stars. So now my goal is gonna be to get as many of these little guys converted to star eaters or star droppers as possible.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Star droplets. If any of you have played Stardew Valley, let us know in the comments. It's one of our favorite games. We've been doing a bit of a playthrough, and I certainly enjoy the lore, the music.
And by like one of our favorites, we really mean like...
I may or may not be completely obsessed with that game. Oh, you can get more than one. How fun. See, that was another feature that wasn't available in the demo version. They give you a couple levels to play, and it may have been more than 3 levels as well. It may have been quite a few more.
Get away from my star catcher! I think you got the first 2 worlds, but we'll have to maybe look up on the Wayback Machine and see if we can find it.
I don't remember. A lot of this isn't actually familiar. Oh, I love that you can have so many of them.
Yeah.
That's so handy.
Now the starred guppies can support I think twice as many star catchers. So you'll notice. Oh,
Diamond.
I really wanted to feed another one of those fish a star potion. Oh. So I just got that. I've got a couple more big ones.
Immediately more challenging. There are so many elements to keep your attention on, and this is why I got motion sickness. I don't have great vision, so constantly having to look around the screen in order to keep my fish fed, keep my fish from being eaten, collecting all of the items. It's a lot of work, but it's fun.
Sometimes these star catchers can be not very smart.
Well, you're missing all the diamonds, so don't blame them for the sins of your mother, I guess.
Oh, whew.
You can get it. Diamond. Diamond.
Okay, now I gotta get up the laser upgrades, because I gotta push this guy out of the way as fast as I can.
Oh no! Oh no! How much are the diamonds worth compared to the coins? I haven't been paying attention to that.
So the silver coins are 15, gold coins are 35, stars are 40, which is only a tiny upgrade, but then the diamonds are worth 200.
Oh wow, okay. So definitely worth, I see,
Oh, yeah.
having all of those little...
And you're not required. Oh no!
Is that the sound of him dying?
Yes, it is.
That's my favorite sound, that Donald Duck sound. It's not a lot of motivation to not let him die off, because that's a pretty awesome sound.
Actually, I think there is. Oh, I'm gonna give you one of these. Take it, take it. There we go. So as you can see, I've got a ton of these star catchers now, and I'm still not able to handle all the stars that I have. Oh, you just reminded me. Well, actually, I guess I'm the one who killed the fish, so it's my fault. But if you type in zombie, then all the fish look dead. And if you, as you fail to feed them, they come to life in order to get fed. You're missing it.
Oh my gosh! What have you done?
I've killed them all.
What have you done?
And if I type
You're
zombie
an evil
again,
master. Oh, they're now officially the undead.
yeah, the undead.
The redundant? Redundant.
Ooh, Vert is really nice. I use him, Nico, and Zorf so that I don't have to buy anything while I'm getting the first of my stock propped up. So, for now, I think that's a good place to call it. We'll pick up again and work our way through more of Tank 2. How do you say goodbye in Russian?
Пока!
Пока! Пока!